Oh, hey! Wow, didn't see you guys come in at all. Um, okay, so time for a new blog. First of all, new reviews are going to be coming soon. I just haven't had the time to even work on one, really. I know, call me lazy, but that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Next up on the whole spiel we're going to be doing here, spiel, really. Um, we're going to be talking about something that has got a lot of people upset. And I'm talking about not, normal people that are like, whatever, it's going to pass. I'm talking about the nerds. You, me, those who actually watch the reviews that I put up, those that watch the cartoons that I've been talking about. We're all not happy right now. You want to take a guess as to why we're not happy? I'll tell you why we're not happy. There's a man out there who goes by the name of Michael Bay. Some of you probably have heard of him for his works in Armageddon, the Transformers franchise, Pearl Harbor. You name a movie that he's directed and maybe produced, then, basically what his considered track record is. It's terrible. But recently he has been brought on board by the guy who's directed the Wrath of the Titans. I don't know if he did the first Clash of the Titans, not in the original one, but the one that came before Wrath. That one. The Wrath of the Titans director is going to be doing a live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, as in like a totally new one, a reboot, basically. And in the very beginning, I thought, new Turtles movie, it's going to be hype. It's going to be reminding us of our childhoods. Then it was announced that Michael Bay, who's being a producer of this movie, not the director, but a producer, has decided to take our favorite Ninja Turtles, our favorite Teenage Mutant, keep this word in mind, Mutant Ninja Turtles, and has decided to change the origin story. That's right, you heard me right. You heard me exactly. These are not, what you remember when you were a kid. These are not going to be the same turtles at all. So basically, let's put it this way. You remember... grabbing the wrong one. Remember this movie here? Remember this one? You remember this one? Remember how good it was? I know, it's cheesy now when you think about it, because this is early 90s stuff, but for what it was back then, this was still, a really good movie. And you probably remember the sequels, right? Secret of the Ooze being the only good one. In fact, this is the only sequel that I kept. I actually sold my copy of 3 because I needed the money. And it wasn't that great. After all this time, I realized that I was kind of stupid for keeping 3. Anyway, think about this. The origin story is no longer they're turtles that got mutated by an ooze. That is no longer the origin story. What the origin story is now is they're aliens. That's right. Leo, Mikey, Raph, and Donnie. Maybe even Splinter. They're all aliens. Now, I know you're probably going to be reacting like the little friend I got down here when you hear that. But that's not the only reaction I'm sure we're going to be hearing. We're going to be hearing quite a few people going, what in the holy heck is going on here? What is Michael Bay thinking? I actually ask myself the same question now. I mean, I was able to, say Transformers 1 was good. It had a little bit to be, left to be desired, but it was still decent. Number 2, it was released during the writer's strike period, so we know it was going to probably turn out bad, whether it was we had to find temp writers or Bay wrote it himself. And then 3, I could give some forgiveness to, because we went back to the formula of the first one, though some things could have been done a little bit better. They could have given, Leonard Nimoy's character, Sentinel Prime, a little bit more screen time, a little bit more acting time, some more story maybe. We could have changed up the story a little bit, like say, what happened in 2, let's forget that even happened. A little bit more explanation into the breakup between Sam and Michaela, how this new girl really came in, a little bit better storytelling on that. Better storytelling of the pillars that are making the space bridge. Some story just could have been told a little bit better. That's really all it is. I mean, of course, we're talking about a cartoon that was made in the 80s that just recently became a movie series in live action. So we're talking about there's going to be a lot left to be desired, and it's going to be cheesy. It's going to be crap in some way, but it's still going to make the dude money. Enough money to where he can say to all the nerds that the Transformers are going to be the best movies, and that, Teenage Alien Ninja Turtles is going to be the best thing out there. It's going to work. This has got a lot of backlash going towards it. A lot of fans are angry at this idea. And even some people who once worked on the original Ninja Turtles are not happy with it. But some are like, give the dude a break, take a chill pill, and actually let's see how it works first before we go and start judging the dude completely. Are you high? Are you seriously high? Thinking that we're going to just say, all right, we're going to chill, we're going to let this be, see if it works. I'm not going to be that. I'm sorry. No, see, what you do right there, babe, what you did right there this time around, forget about what you did with Transformers. Transformers, for the moment, that's, it's some parts are forgivable, others not. Now, see, what you're doing here, you crapped on this, and you crapped on this. You crapped on people's childhoods. No, you did worse than crapped on it. You crapped on it, you puked on it, you raped it, and then you decided to lather, rinse, repeat the same thing all over again. No. This will not be tolerated. This will not be tolerated. I'm sure there are going to be people out there that are going to be filing out petitions to say, get Bay off of production for this movie, get the story to be resembling what it once was, what it truly was. What it was back in the comics in the 80s, what it was in the cartoons in the 80s, what it was in the movies in the 90s, what it was in the cartoon series that 4Kids had released in the 2000s. You heard me right. That was actually a pretty decent movie, series. But to say that we're going to stick with Alien Turtles, you have got to be freaking kidding me. I'm not going to stand by that. I know quite a few people that aren't either. I know somebody who's planning on being a co-host. He's not standing for it. I'm sure there are some fans out here that are going to agree with me. You don't like this idea. But you know what? I'm going to throw this out here right now. You know what? I would like to hear from all of you. Video responses or comments down below. I'd like to hear what you guys think about the idea of Michael Bay changing up the Turtles to Alien Turtles. Are you going to be one of the ones that'll stand by and give it a chance? Maybe it's going to be good despite the fact that we're losing what was originally part of our childhood? Or are you going to be one of the ones that's going to join me in some way boycotting this movie? For me, my plan is to go to a local Hot Topic or something, grabbing a turtle shirt, finding some poster board and some colored markers, creating a sign, standing out in front of the theater the day the movie comes out, and having the sign which says, boycott turtles. Boycott turtles, basically. I'm planning on doing that. I doubt anybody else is going to plan on doing this thing alongside me, but hey, it works. Something, we got to do something to say, this is a bad idea, this should not be in the theaters. Screw you. Screw you, Bay. I'm sorry. Normally I'd say, a director or a producer, is not always bad. There's usually a few good gems in there. I mean, some people actually liked Bad Boys, which was a Bay directed or produced movie, something like that. But have hated everything else he's done. And I will actually for once agree. This is the time, everybody. This is the time where we stand for what our childhoods have been like. We move on against everybody that plans on changing it. This is not what we stand for. We are not people that will just stand idly by and let these turtles become aliens. These have been mutant ninja turtles for how many years? About 30 years. That's right, about 30 years. I mean, we've had Transformers for 30 years. We've had Tron for 30 years. So basically, it's like, you change one element of something that's been around for 30 years, screw it. That's the end. But really, I'd like to hear what you guys think about the idea. Should Bay basically be tossed to the curb, jobless on this one? Or are you going to actually give it a shot? I mean, I'm not going to give it a shot, but that's me. I'd like to hear from you guys on this whole thing. As for me, I'm going to go shopping one of these days. I know the movie comes out 2013, but I'm going to go shopping one of these days. I'm going to get that poster board. I'm going to get that turtle shirt. I'm going to get those color markers. I'm going to protest this movie. I'm going to boycott this movie. Who will join me? Until the day that I get my next review out, and this could be, a past or present type review, or this could be one of my actual reviews that I've been trying to work on for the past year. Apologies, I thought I'd gotten better than that. But, whatever we get here, until whatever I decide to produce here, this has been your friendly, Boise reviewer, Napoleon Jonamite. Peace.